Good morning. I'm Sarah Pearson in the News 2 Alert Center with your morning pulse. The winter weather is causing many area schools to close this morning. Arnold, Stapleton, Brady, Thedford, Hershey, and McPherson County all will be closed this morning due to snowy conditions, while Hershey and Paxton will have a late start. For the latest updates on school closings, head to our News 2 website. 2 incumbent office holders are facing opposition as election season ramps up in the region. Emily Garrick, president of the North Platte Public School Board of Education, is facing a challenger in her re-election bid. This comes after ongoing board controversy. Garrick has served the district in her current role and will defend her seat against Kyle B. Nichols. Lois Block, the Lincoln County Register of Deeds, is facing challenger Kevin Kreger in the upcoming election. Kreger currently serves as assistant planner and grants administrator for the city of North Platte. Kreger's background in city planning and grant admission represents a different background from Block's tenure here in the county office. For the first time in more than 3 decades, Mid-Plains Community College is opening its doors to a brand new facility. Yesterday afternoon, the college celebrated the completion of its state-of-the-art electrical technology building, a major investment in training the next generation of skilled electricians. The new 45-year-old program is now positioned to meet the growing demand for professionals in the trades. Officials say this will have a huge impact on the students.
It is the premier electrical technology program in the state, but we're full, and we know as North Platte and the surrounding areas continue to grow, we need more tradesmen, and so electricians are a highly sought after trade. It's not just flipping switches and plugging things in outlets. The power of electricity is incredible, and the things that you can do with it.
With all the new improvements, the college says it's ready to prepare more students for careers in the electrical field. There are just days to go in the 2026 Winter Olympics, but still many medals are up for grabs. Starting at noon today, you can watch the women's figure skating go for gold with 3 Americans in the final. And then shortly after 12, the USA women's hockey team faces Canada in the gold medal match. Team USA looks for revenge after losing to Canada in the 2022 gold medal game. At 12:30, qualifications for women's halfpipe snowboarding get underway, and you can catch all the action live on NBC and USA Network.
Well, hi there, everybody. Good morning to meteorologist Travis Klineski. We are here on a Thursday morning where snow will begin to spread east across the state. Most of the snow already accumulating over the western third of the state, places like Ogallala, Imperial, and into the Panhandle. We haven't seen a whole lot of accumulation yet anywhere near and east of Highway 83, and that's the highway that runs from McCook to North Platte all the way up towards Valentine here. Let's take a look at things here this morning. We'll look at the updated alerts map here. Winter weather advisories, winter storm warnings. The advisories are in pink. The winter storm warnings are in pink. The winter weather advisory in purple. And we have seen some changes to this since last night. More counties have been added in here. So kind of the first thing I'll point out here, yesterday, we saw these places put into a winter storm warning. Well, since then, overnight, we've seen more counties that have been upgraded from a winter weather advisory to a winter storm warning. So there's going to be a very narrow band that's going to pick up higher amounts. These are your areas most likely to pick up 4 to 6 inches of snow with isolated 6 to 9 inch amounts, especially in here was where that 6 to 9 inch type snow could be realized. Highway 2 here in the Sandhills, and then the areas between Highway 92 and Highway 91 are going to be the most likely areas. So a very narrow band. In some places, it may be a very small shift in that band that could make the difference between 6 inches of snow or maybe 2 or 3 inches of snowfall for you. Southern end of that has now been extended southward all the way to I-80 and almost Highway 6. These are areas where 1 to 3 inch snow amounts with isolated 4 and 5 amounts maybe right in here, but mostly 1 to 3 in the purple. Same thing up north with a very sharp drop off as you go north of there and south of there, where very few impacts are going to be felt outside of that winter weather advisory area. Let's go to where we're at and where we're going to be going today. So again, we're recording this. It's about 7:13 in the morning. So basically most of the snow has fallen near and west of Highway 83 so far this morning. Again, that's the highway that is right here from Valentine to North Platte. So most of the snow has been here, but this is going to be spreading eastward with time. So more of your impacts over the western part of the area this morning, but then spreading into the east this afternoon. But notice again, Not a lot across far southern Nebraska, northern Kansas. There could be some sunshine down here today. Far northern Nebraska may not see a whole lot of snow out of this either. So most of it's going to be right in between. Again, between Highway 6 and Highway 20 is where most of the snow is going to fly today. Here's this afternoon. Lighter snow out west now. Heavier snows are going to be over east central and northeast Nebraska. Again, the winter weather or winter storm warning is right here. You know, this model's a little farther north than that. But again, just a small shift south or north can make a big difference with the snowstorm here. And of course, this is wind-driven snow with winds blowing 15 to 30, gusts 30 to 40 miles per hour. That's going to bring in some places near whiteout conditions out there, some drifting of the snow. This will start to wind down this evening. The winds will die down, skies will clear up, and this is going to give us some cold weather overnight tonight into tomorrow morning. Mostly clear skies out there, a few clouds off to the north and northwest. New clouds will start to roll in tomorrow as our next system is right on the tails of the first one. This one isn't quite as strong here, although recent forecast models have ramped it up a little bit, really focusing on southwest Nebraska and northern Kansas, maybe a little bit here farther to the east here, but this will be a lower impact snow event. There's not as much wind with this one. The winds are mostly around or less than 10 miles per hour, so this is more of a gentle snow, but could lead some light accumulation, maybe at most an inch or two, but I think most places will be less. And this is for areas that don't actually get much snow with this first system today. That will move on out as we get towards Saturday morning. Snowfall totals, and this will only be for today's system here. And again, it's that very narrow band, 4 to 6 with isolated 7 to 9 inch amounts right in here. And a small shift south or north will make a big difference. Notice the sharp cutoff to very little snow up here to the north. And the same thing to the south, very little snow near and south of Highway 6. And even here, I'm very iffy on Hastings getting 3.5 inches of snow. We would have to really see this thing overachieve. I'm thinking 1 to 3 inches in the Tri-Cities with the higher totals of maybe 2 to 3 around Grand Island and Kearney, whereas Hastings is probably more in that 0 to 2 inch range, and then much lower totals south of there. But again, it's a small shift south or north that will make a big difference with this storm system here. Well, as we look at temperatures for today, again, we're in the teens and 20s right now. These will really go nowhere today. And then tonight we will take the plunge. Single digits below 0 out west, single digits and teens for the rest of us. Actual lows tonight. These are your lows, not wind chills, because there's not going to be much wind anyway later tonight. But actual lows. Single digits out west at below 0. Single digits and lower teens as you go farther to the east. So a very cold morning. We warm up a little tomorrow, but not much. Upper 20s and low to mid 30s. And snow may actually influence that and maybe keep things colder than that. Down into the teens and single digits again for tomorrow night into Saturday morning as that snow comes back into play here during that time frame. The snow moves on out, the sunshine returns, temperatures try to warm up a little bit. Now, if we end up getting more snow than expected, these numbers would have to be trimmed down a little bit. I think if there's snow on the ground, it's probably not going to get up into the mid 40s on Saturday here. I'll tell you that right now. We're probably looking at temperatures struggling to 40 here on Saturday. Saturday night, another shot of cold air is going to come back in here Saturday night into Sunday morning. And so Sunday's going to be a little chillier. And then Sunday night actually is when the another bigger shot of cold air comes where a lot of us are back down in the single digits. Monday starts to warm, but then a big warm-up comes Tuesday and beyond. In fact, you see that in the 7-day forecast. Now, here at the Local 4 Severe Weather Center, and same thing for KNOP News too, we are going with a weather alert day for today. Even though the bigger impacts will be north of the Tri-Cities and north of North Platte, enough impacts that there are going to be some driving issues out there for some out there. So again, snow, most of which will come this afternoon and early this evening. Another slight chance of some snow Friday afternoon into Friday night, wrapping up early on Saturday. And after that, we're pretty much smooth sailing with dry conditions, and we warm back up by the time we get towards Tuesday and Wednesday and beyond. It looks like the rest of February is going to be mild and dry with 50s and 60s making their return. Looking at the North Platte forecast, again, weather alert day 4 today with the snow, most of which falls this morning and early this afternoon, winds down by this evening. A chance of maybe picking up a little more light snow Friday afternoon into Friday night, wrapping up before sunrise on Saturday. The weekend will be dry and sunnier, a little warmer there, and then warming up more after a cold start Monday morning, back up into the upper 40s. How about some 60s returning? 50s and 60s for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So next week will be a little bit better out there after we get past Monday. Looking long range for late February into early March right now. Most of the country, the Climate Prediction Center has most of the country above average. We are very likely to be above average. By March 1st, our average high is mostly in the mid 40s, maybe some upper 40s. So our averages are starting to climb, and we will be above that most days more than likely. And we're probably going to be near, I wouldn't even I would think we might even be below average precipitation-wise. Climate Prediction Center has most of us near average. I'm a little iffy on much for moisture chances into early March. We'll see. Here is the forecast. This is the European forecast model. This one a little farther south than some here, but again, mostly still impacts near and north of Interstate 80. That moves outward quickly between storm systems tomorrow morning, but here comes the next one. This one favoring southwest Nebraska and northern Kansas, but then really kind of piddles out by Saturday morning as it moves on out. After that, there's not a lot next week. Very minimal chances of moisture as we warm things back up, and that's why I'm kind of iffy on being near average moisture-wise. Now, this will take us to the morning of the first day of March, there, Nebraska's birthday. Let's take a look at GFS here, and the GFS model, kind of the same thing. This one's also kind of a little farther south here, but again, you can see that that will be moving on out. The next system coming in as we look towards Saturday, through Saturday morning. That's a weaker system, mostly focused on southwest Nebraska and northern Kansas before that moves out. Then not a lot after we get past that. Some very minimal chances of moisture next week, as we'll be on the warmer side of things most of next week. Well, everybody, I want to thank you for watching this recording for today. I'll be back with you on Friday morning with all the latest. Until then, I hope you have a wonderful Thursday. Stay safe out there on the roads today. Take care, and God bless. Bye.